How's everybody doing today? Good. Well, thanks for coming. This is kind of an extension of, can you hear me okay, Juliana? Sound good? This is an extension of actually a little piece of the team event that we shared with you in December. And it was all about getting engaged and using marketing tools that you already have. And so, it's funny because, just a quick qualifier, we're gonna talk about social media. We're gonna talk about Pinterest and Instagram, and we're gonna talk about Facebook. And just a disclaimer, I don't have an Instagram account personally. I don't have a Pinterest account personally. I do not have a Facebook account personally. And I know you're probably all thinking, well, what are you doing up there? I was just leaving. No, actually. But I believe in the power of it. I'm just too nice, and I always feel like I have to respond to everything, right? Having said that, if you go to the Facebook page that I use for business, we have about 30 clients on there, that Facebook pages that I monitor. And so I've definitely seen the difference between people that are engaged and people that are not engaged. And so when we actually shared with you in December, the purpose of that was to show you some of the marketing tools that are happening and things that are being produced, the content that's being created, that you can use now for your own social channels in order to get more engagement. So, and then Stormy's going to come up here and talk about specifics, right? So specifically, what can we do in order to get more engagement? So on the Keller Williams wide front, that day, how many YouTube subscribers did we add that day in December? Maybe so. I think we literally grew like 70%, all right, in one day, just because people took the time to go to YouTube and hit subscribe, all right? So as far as the details of how all these things tie together, related to SEO, related to getting engagement to you through Keller Williams, that's a big picture, all right? That's a real intricate picture. But what happens is if we are all having more engagement on social media, if YouTube, which is owned by Google, right, has more subscribers, then that's going to help Keller Williams corporate. And one of the things or Keller Williams Woodlands Magnolia, and then the trickle down works like this, and I think we mentioned this in our last meeting, and it'll come up again as I briefly go through review the slides from December. One thing, when you think about, was it 7,900 referrals came through Facebook in the fourth quarter of last year, which means that we actually passed up HAR for referrals to this market center. So we get more traffic through Facebook than we actually get through HAR, right, coming to us. So that's the power of how can it affect me personally, right? So we're always seeking HAR referrals, but guess what? Facebook can be more powerful. And that is with, and here's the key point, very little engagement. So content's being created, pieces are being created, but we don't have a lot of engagement. So quickly, these are some of the data that we shared in December. And I'm going to skip through a lot of this and go pretty fast. One of the big points that, there's been a huge shift from traditional print marketing to digital marketing. And as you can see, it's not going to slow down. Everything's going digital. So get used to it. Yeah, it's good. It's a passing thing. Yeah. And it's interesting too. I'll take it. That's Facebook. For a lot of our clients, we thought, well, maybe Facebook over time is actually going to become less popular, right? Because you got these new, up and coming youngsters, that are interested in things like Snapchat. What's my instant gratification, right? They don't even have time for a Facebook page. I don't want to deal with it. But what we've noticed is this. As these millennials start getting older and they start getting that late 20s, early 30s, they graduate to Facebook. So Facebook's not going away, right? So, which, is a benefit in some ways, and in other ways it's not. So, okay, so we talked about why we should engage to strengthen the overall brand, help grow our community as Keller Williams. And then we talked about some of the content that's actually being created for KW Corporate here. One are the weekly blogs that go out, which you can absolutely share, right? But you'll see them on our KW page, kwwoodlandsmagnolia.com. The thing about the blogs is this: a lot of traffic is drawn to the site through the blogs, and it's not just weekly content, so we're trying to grab traffic this week. One of the biggest referral sources to KW, the Woodlands Magnolia, was a blog that was put out about the restaurants at Hughes Landing, was it 2 years ago? Right. And we still get a ton of traffic because of that one blog. So it's evergreen content that's coming out. and it's not getting shared like it should be shared. So that's content you can use. So KW owns it, right? So it's essentially you own it. We do market update videos once a month, market watch videos. We put out the infographics that you've seen, the pools, no pools report. We've been doing realtor spotlights, and then lately we've shifted gears to recruiting pieces and pieces that talk about YKW, and you're going to see a big campaign coming out for YKW this year. And then we do our, because we're number one, that's right. Best place to work, best training, best. So you'll see some of that, and some of that is RY, right? So as KW, what's important to us? So, and on that note, we have in the community videos, special events, and our social posts. So this is content that's being created. Blogs specifically, if you guys have followed the blogs, and I mentioned this in December, are not only content that we should be using and sharing, right? It helps establish KW as the go-to resource for information in this area. So, so please share it. But also, we do a bunch of work with SEO in order to get people to the site, okay? And additionally, we draw people to the site through organic content that's created and that's distributed on our social media channels. So blogs are released on the social media outlets, right? The public Facebook page and Market Center 22. But on the public Facebook page, when we release it and we boost a post, we're drawing people, we're casting a wide net to draw people to the site, right? And that's going to the KW site. Well, if you share this as well, then it's going to be a wider net and more people are going to come in. Right now, it's not really getting shared, and yet still, this organic content that's coming to the site through blogs is one of the biggest traffic sources. So that also helps with our SEO. If you look up do any research on what Google wants to see, right, you'll see blog content always, because it's a way to constantly update your website. So, all right, and then we have our videos that come out monthly. Did you guys like the KW recruitment piece that we put out? We got some excellent videos scheduled for this year. So really excited about it. We're working on the I Am KW piece now, which a lot of you filmed at the last meeting. So, and then other content you can use, the pools, no pools report, and the monthly infographic. We do this for Magnolia and for the Woodlands. I know you've all seen this, right? Have any of you used it? Do you use it on your socials, or Kathleen? It's nice. I mean, it takes a little bit of time to put it together. You might as well use it, right? All we do is literally go into HAR and search for each particular location and for each price demographic. So, all right. Then the other stuff that goes out on Facebook, you'll see in the community videos. You've probably saw the video we put out after the hurricane. These are all great things that can help grow your brand in conjunction with the KW brand. Okay, this is the data I was looking for earlier. 2017 total. We acquired 7,900 users through Facebook and 5,400 users through HAR. .82% of the social media traffic to KW Woodlands, Magnolia, has been generated through Facebook marketing efforts alone. So having said all that, that's fantastic. And some of this is updated now because we do have more subscribers to the YouTube channel. But look at this. So this is the results we're getting with very limited engagement. That's with 42 subscribers to our YouTube channel. Right? So how many people are in this market center? Substantially more than 42, right? So we expect our numbers to grow substantially as more and more people engage with the content. So,
Ivan, one thing that's important to point out is that 98% is all of the social media traffic. Everything that's coming from social media is going to our website. We're only engaging, 98% of it's coming from Facebook. We're only engaging Facebook right now.
That's right.
We engage Instagram and Twitter and all of these others. That's just going to open up the doors to bring so much more traffic to your KW listings.
That's right. And we took a baseline before that meeting in December so that we could actually see the difference between what happens with limited engagement, what happens if we get more of the agents involved in sharing our content, and then what's going to happen when most of the agents are involved. So we'll be able to see substantial differences in our SEO results. So
you say 98% of the social media traffic
is all coming from Facebook.
But do other people just Google Keller Williams, the Woodlands, and get there that way too?
That's right. So we also have SEO activities ongoing. So if they're looking for us through an organic search, through a search engine, right? That's one way that they can find us, right? But there's some search involved. That's where the blogs help. Things like that, we're reaching out and we're boosting posts and we're getting people that are otherwise uninterested to come to the site. We're getting those numbers too because people click on a blog, they want to read it. They want to find out about restaurants on Used Landing. They're landing on the website. So that's separate from the SEO. So, okay. I'm going to turn it over to Stormy. So let's get into details and how we actually do it. So.
Absolutely, details. One of the important things, and Ivan touched on this. Actually, I guess I need that microphone there. Pause. 2 seconds.
I told them back there, look, I was a teacher. We didn't use microphones. All right.
Check, check. All right, so one of the things to understand here is that our whole goal with social media marketing, it's that we're trying to create the largest collection of pertinent information, files, web pages, the largest collection as possible to put as our information. KW does a great job with all of the blogs, the videos, all of the content that they do. You can use that. You can use that in addition to things that you put together yourself. If you know how to use Photoshop or can put together small creative graphics with things, branded graphics with just your logo and maybe a bit of contact information. Those things are great to share to Instagram or to Facebook with a link going straight to your contact page on your website. It makes people relate your image and your logo with real estate the more they see it in their feed. But ultimately, as marketers, we're trying to create the largest collection, the largest footprint. We want our network to be as large and connected as possible. That's our whole goal here. Why? Yes, ma'am. Yeah, okay, you can find this whole slideshow, kwwoodlands.com/training 2018. You can go there, you can follow along if you want. It's going to be posted there for a while, and I think we're going to go back and post the whole. Yes, ma'am, kwwoodlands.com/training. Training, yes, ma'am, 2018. No spaces. 18. 2018. Yes, ma'am. Training 2018. So you can follow along. It's quite an extensive slideshow, so it might take a second to load, especially with everybody on it right now. But nonetheless, it's going to be there for the duration. Okay, why do we use social media? It's very simple. That's where the audience is, and it's free. It's free. It's free marketing for, except for the content that you have to create. It's free. You can put it on there. When you think of the largest advertising networks being things like TV and billboards and signs and stuff like that, we're talking 15 years ago. You know, that's your ways of advertising. That cost thousands and thousands of dollars to do that. Now it's free. You have all of these great ways to share information and share content and build your informational network to where people rely on that. You want to become a news source for these people. Monthly users, Facebook, 2 billion monthly users. These are all of last summer. YouTube, 1.5 billion. Now YouTube is almost creeping up past Facebook. Instagram and Twitter collectively have 1 billion users. And you can see all these others are messaging apps, but Snapchat is gaining ground. I'm not really sure how they're going to use that for business yet, but everybody's kind of watching. You can see it's almost taking over Twitter as far as an instant messaging app. Some of the things we're going to do today, Facebook, it's all about getting engaged. We want to grow our audience based. We want to request friendship often. You can go into people's friends list and befriend them. You know, you want to try and get your personal friends list up to 5,000. Get all of those people moving over and liking your business page. What you're doing there is simply creating an audience, creating a soapbox which you can stand up on and tell people information. YouTube, we're going to set up a channel. We're going to brand our videos appropriately. Twitter, it's a very easy way to communicate with a lot of people. We're also going to show you how to link your Twitter with your Facebook account to where to post to Facebook, all you have to do is send out a tweet. It'll automatically go to your Facebook account. We can even do it vice versa, where when you do a Facebook post, it goes back to your Twitter. That's a way to get double value for your information. Instagram is a great platform just to show off photos. Very simple photo, a link, click on it, takes you to the website. LinkedIn, we use it as a business card or a resume. Everybody probably has one of those. And there's a lot of different things you can do now with the premium aspects of LinkedIn, but what we're going to use it for is just straight up a business card. It needs to be there for brand appropriateness. We'll touch on that in a second. Pinterest, how to use it in real estate. I've seen some people doing it. I've had some agents ask me about it, how to utilize Pinterest, and I see a lot of people doing it. There's a lot of, it's one of those things, once you get on it, you're addicted to it, and you have to continue to look at things. It's becoming a new marketing platform for sure.
It's like crack cocaine.
Exactly, yeah. So, let's start with Facebook. It's important to know our target audience, know who you want to be giving content to, and know what material is worthy of sharing. You know, a certain listing that KW puts out, you should share all of those because that's free content. You didn't have to pay anything except for go there and copy and paste the link. It's very, very simple to take that and put it on your Facebook page. On your Facebook page, it automatically generates the structured content, which is the image, all of the description information. You don't have to do much more but paste the URL there. We're just trying to bring value to our page, whether it be our web page, whether it be our Facebook page. We're trying to bring value and information. People are going to go there and want to get your information. Things you can do to grow your audience base: join Facebook, join the Facebook groups, your community groups. Different. There might be a running group in the Woodlands that you could join up to. There might be a certain, say you're into martial arts or something, just whatever. There's all different kind of groups. You can join those groups and harvest their networks. They might have 500 people in their group. Some people coming from Conroe, some people coming from wherever, Humble. You can harvest their networks, see their friends. That grows if you're selling homes in the Woodlands, you don't want to just have friends in the Woodlands. You want to have friends all over the place. So that's the whole name of the game. Get as many friends as you can. Okay?
There's one thing I didn't do.
Yeah.
I didn't introduce Stormy because Stormy's been around. Right?
Sorry.
Stormy is our not only our web group guru, but he's also a country music legend.
No.
Stormy's a band leader and bass player for Roger Prager. So as well. So, yeah.
I'm a musician. I've been a musician by trade.
Studio in Houston, so he's brilliant in a bunch of ways. So.
What I went to school for is internet technology, and I went to school at a time when the internet was very at its beginning stages. I've seen it grow into this huge masterpiece of content, and really that's what it is. It's information. It's information, and the whole ground floor of what we're trying to do is build our information and have people rely on it. The more people that rely on our information, the more links and the more paths you're going to get to your information. And ultimately, like Ivan said earlier, it's all about what Google wants. The better you place on the search engines, the more traffic you're going to get into your website, and the more return on investment you're going to get. Yes, ma'am.
I know there were a couple of that came a little bit later, and I think it's being recorded. Are y'all going to share these slides with us as well?
We are. Yep.
Okay.
They're already posted.
Yes, ma'am. For you guys, if you go to kwwoodlands.com/training 2018, the whole slideshow's there. You can download it. It's kwwoodlands.com. I'm sure that we'll put this in some type of inter-office menu. /training 2018. That's there. This is actually a more extensive slideshow. The part that Ivan showed earlier, it's going to be uploaded later today. So, nonetheless, it's all about growing friends. Facebook, we want to max out our friend list because that's our audience base. If we only have 4,000 friends on there, well, we're only reaching 4,000 people when we could be reaching 5,000. One thing you have to understand, even though it maxes out at 5,000, if you say you only have 100 friends, those 100 friends could have 100 friends, and those 100 friends could have 100 friends, and it goes infinitely throughout the whole world, and eventually everybody is connected. You want more connections right at your start to where your network is as vast and as professional as it can be. We'll get to that here in a second. Most of all, put content out there that is worthy of people reading and sharing. You might have gone to some posts that you click on it and then a pop-up comes up and there's a paragraph of text and it says, okay, go to the next page, and you click on it and another 10 pop-ups come up. Just it's really hard to read the stuff. You don't want to be posting that stuff. It's called clickbait, and they want you to get they're trying to get as many clicks as they can because they get paid for the clicks, but it's just not a good way to do things. Make sure that you read the articles that you share and make sure that there is valuable, pertinent information. That's going to help you if you put something like clickbait, any type of clickbait or any type of malware or anything on there, then Google's going to see it, and it might even block your site. So Google pays attention to almost all the data. I don't know how they do it, but they do. They pay attention to it. Facebook, we're going to get into some details on Facebook. Let's differentiate the timeline and the news feed. The timeline is basically just a collection of all your photos, all of your stories, or anything that you are tagged in. All right, very simple. The news feed is everything else, all of your friends, anything that your friends are tagged in, anything that anybody posts, any one of your friends could post. You can post a status report from your timeline or your news feed. If anybody doesn't have a Facebook account, you can go ahead and grab one now. Anyone, Ivan or Josh, will run around and help you do it if you need help doing that. But posting is very simple. It's one of the simplest things that we do. You go to the top of your timeline here, let's see, and hit make post. You can choose photo or video. You can even do a live video. They do the live streaming now. I was thinking of ways that real estate agents could utilize the live video, and I don't know, maybe an open house, maybe the beginning of an open house or something like that, just a short 20-minute video saying, hey, come out, There's all of these options you can do here. You can say, hey, I have a certain feeling about this. I'm very excited about this new house. You can check into a certain location. You can tag friends. There's a whole bunch of different options down there. Very simple. If you need any help with that, or maybe want to run through one. Yeah, Facebook, everybody on Facebook. There we go. That's Facebook. It's the most important social media platform out there. And like Ivan was saying earlier, some people are thinking that it's going away or the numbers are dwindling. The numbers are still rising every month. The numbers to Facebook still rise and rise and rise. What do we post? Now this section goes, this is going to pertain to all of the social media because all of these things you can post virtually anywhere. But very simply, anything. Post about selling, post about buying, tips on how to make the selling process go easier, tips on how to buy a house for a lower price or how to find a good realtor. You want to give honest advice because remember, you want to have people trust your bank of information. You want to give honest advice. For instance, if somebody has for sale, is posting for sale a large horse ranch or something, with hundreds of thousands of acres, that might not be your bag. You might want to pitch it over to another real estate agent, and you might put an article online saying, hey, look, if you are wanting to buy a large real estate or a large horse ranch, maybe you should look into a real estate agent with that type of equine abilities or whatever. Things like that. I actually, since I'll mention this because Ivan mentioned the fact that I work in music. I had a real estate agent friend of mine contact me and say, hey, I have a lady who wants to sell a house. Her husband passed away, wants to sell a house, and it has a recording studio in it. I don't know anything about it. Can you come over and help me do it? That was something that he was able to create a little bit of content on and put with the house sale and help sell it. So any little ideas like that, those are little things you could do. The infographics that you saw, those data-driven images, people can look at and get that information really quick. They're still great. They get a lot of clicks, a lot of likes. Any type of videos from around town. There's an agent here in town that's doing certain restaurant reviews. She'll go in and spend the morning with a certain restaurant. It's a great video. You should check into doing things like that. They help out your SEO, and they create all kinds of links, especially if somebody shares it. Unless you really look at the hardcore data of this stuff, you don't really realize how when you share a video, when one of you shares a video and one of your friends shares it, one of those friends, how far it travels. It travels, you'd be amazed. There's people in Florida watching your Keller Williams videos. People overseas watching them, no doubt. Competitions, the giveaways that really increase engagement. I think y'all did something last year with a Maserati. Okay, y'all partnered up with a Maserati and somebody got to drive one for a month. And I saw a lot of really great engagement around that for months. Images of awesome, I'll kind of start moving through this because this is all elementary stuff, but images of awesome houses. It doesn't even have to be one that you're selling. You can have different pages. Hey, these are awesome houses, or these are awesome kitchens, or these are awesome bathrooms. Just any kind of information there. And like I said, you don't have to make it. All you have to do is go and find it. We'll talk about citing information here in a second. It's very simple to cite something. All you have to do is leave the web address with a link to the original article. Memes, funny images to get people laughing. Use them sparingly and in good taste. If you find something funny that's relative to a certain topic, post that. That's great. Any type of public service announcement, we saw that during the hurricane, a lot of that stuff going around. And where social media was actually a vehicle to, yeah, exactly. I know the different rescue efforts were using social media and Facebook greatly during this. So anything like that. Again, reviews of local businesses or special deals for local businesses, similar to co-branding, but work out a deal with one of the local building contractors or one of the local cabinet makers or I don't know, landscape companies. Hey, get a discount for the first year of your home purchase with our services. Anything like that provides content, provides value to your customers, and it should be posted on Facebook. When you do something like that, don't discount it. Don't just say, "Well, I did that." No, put it on Facebook. It's not bragging. It's informing people, letting people know the good things that you do.
Just a quick note on that.
Yeah.
How important that is. In my last business, we actually created what we called the Houston Dream Team, which was a network of, we had a landscape architect, we had a moving company, we had a Towers of Texas, we had basically it was the high-end contractors, because those were the clientele that we were going after with my last business. And we just co-branded everything as the Houston Dream Team. The best response I've gotten by far than any other type of marketing activity I've tried to do. So we even created our own page.
Yeah.
So in other words, when you start teaming up with other people like that, it's amazing the power of sharing each other's
Right.
photos.
You're harvesting their network is what you're doing. If you have a friend that has 5,000 friends on their Facebook page, go on there one day and request friendship. You can be a little particular about it and request people that are that you might think are home buyers, people of a certain age, people in a certain area. For instance, if you're selling homes in the Woodlands, you don't want to market to people in the Woodlands. You probably do better marketing to people outside the Woodlands. Nonetheless, those are great deals, the co-branding, and we're going to hit that again. But thank yous, any type of thank yous to clients or certain businesses. Hey, say your landscape company's doing a great job. Give them a thank you. Give them a shout out. You can harvest their network. Welcome to the community. Thank your buyers. It's always good to get permission to do this, but definitely thanking your buyers. I've talked about this one before, a file of your preferred vendors. This is a way to create instant value. People will go to your website to get that anytime they need a particular vendor. Creates traffic, creates builds to that footprint of your network. How are you doing? Simply put how are you doing? You'd be amazed at what you're going to get back. Different real estate stories, anything nationally, if rates are up, rates are down, now's a good time to buy, now's a good time to sell. Put all that stuff up there, And of course, cute photos, pets, whatever. DIY ideas. Homeowners love DIY. Any cool kind of built-in cabinetry system that's built into one of the houses you're selling. Those things would be great to put on here. A cool sink, a cool whatever, anything at all. Pinterest is usually better for these DIY projects, but Facebook, people still click on them. I know when I see a large block of wood or metal or something, and they're like, okay, they're going to start building something. I have to watch to the end to see what it is, Holiday posts. Don't forget about holidays. They're great. Groundhog Day is coming up. You put something funny about that, Avoid politics. And our whole goal is to strive for comments and likes. You want to You want to get as many likes as you can on your business page, get as many comments as you can. It's all about creating those connections. If somebody puts a comment on your Facebook page about an article on your website, then that's linking everything together. That's creating serious backlinks, and that's what Google wants. Google wants routes to pertinent information. And they check to make sure that it is good, pertinent information. So also, again, embracing co-branding, the fastest way to grow. Say if you're, maybe you do something, some kind of promotion with Home Depot or something. You can get hey, Home Depot, you know, come in and spend $300 and get a $200 gift card. There's all kind of different things that you'd be amazed you can do. Talk to the managers of the stores. You know, say, look, I'm a real estate agent and we're doing this. What can we do? There's all kind of things that you can do. And harvest their network as well. Okay, Instagram. If anybody doesn't have Instagram, you can download it. Instagram is only a mobile app. You cannot use it on your, you can look at the pictures and stuff on your laptop, but you cannot use it. The only way that you can post is on your cell phone, which is mostly true. You can find a way to post on your laptop, but it's a real pain. So it's meant to be on your cell phone. It's very simple. It's almost as easy as using a camera. Why should you use Instagram? Well, check out this statistic. The number of daily active Instagram users in September 17 reached 500 million. Okay, 500 million. That's a lot. But the part about it that's crazy is that in January it was 150 million. So just last year alone, it's grown just four times, almost four times, and most of the users are under 34, which I would think is the prime age for home buyers. Instagram is a very simple thing to use. There are also ways to link it back and forth to your Facebook page, a little bit more complicated. We can touch on that. We're going to provide an email address to where people can send in any type of tech support questions on this training, and we'll answer them as soon as we get to them.
What's the difference between that and Twitter?
Well, we'll get to it, but Instagram is mainly a photo application, and Twitter is mainly a character application where you can type in just sentences. Yeah. Yeah. So that is the biggest difference, and that's what Instagram is used for. It's definitely just posting a simple photo. You can actually now post videos. I think they're trying to get a little bit more of the YouTube market share, but it's really all about posting photos. What can you do? Again, going back to the branded home listing graphics. These things are great. Just a simple image of a headshot of your picture, a logo, and a contact information. Click on it, it'll link to your website. Local event or business feature. Somebody's doing a grand opening. They're building a new road. Yes, ma'am.
Also, Instagram is linked to Facebook, so whatever you share on Instagram is Facebook.
Exactly. There you go. That creates another link. The more links you can get, and you understand, just because you have those set up to go together, now anything that's posted to your Instagram or somebody else's Instagram that's you're tagged in, you get those throughways. They're called backlinks. When you create a connection from Instagram to Facebook, or from Facebook to your website, or from your website to the Home Depot website, it's a backlink, and that's the layout that Google looks, and eventually you have this huge spider web of network that you've built by sharing and posting. That's the internet. That's what it's all the different information. You're vying for as much space as you can. Yes, ma'am.
And just like Facebook, now you have to put your IADS form and all that on your business page. Do we have to do that on Instagram also?
Instagram is just one straight account. There's no business account for it. You can just open up a personal one and utilize that.
So, have you connected it just by typing your Instagram address in your Facebook business? I just have to.
Okay, Facebook has a connected apps tab. It's in the settings of Facebook, and it's where you can connect Twitter and stuff like that, right? I know to connect Twitter, it is facebook.com/Twitter. I'm betting that to connect Instagram, it's facebook.com/Instagram.
Hey, with Instagram too, you can do business profiles. You don't have to post all of your the legal side of stuff. But with that, it's in your settings, but it'll give you your analytics the same way Facebook would. So you would see what your traffic is, if it's organic, how your click-throughs, all pretty much the same stuff that Facebook's giving you, but you have that through the back end of there.
Right.
And if you get a certain amount of followers, I think it's 5,000 or something,
Yeah.
you can do the swipe up thing. Like if you want more about this house, you can swipe up. So there's a lot Instagram has turned into.
Right.
Josh
Yeah.
Neal, creative director,
Yes.
also worship leader, also
Yes.
missionary, also musician.
Yeah.
Really is a musician.
There you go. We should play a song.
I manage.
Yeah. Anyway, it's a simple image sharing type thing. Any type of picture for a business, a grand opening, or say they're building a new bridge in town or a bridge at the park. Company highlight graphics. I've seen Keller Williams do this with the KW Cares. They just have a little graphic, KW Cares. There's not really any contact information on that, but it is a highlight graphic of them doing stuff for the community. It's great. Different community views, just something as simple as sitting, if there's a particular park bench that you like, sit down and take a picture of a swing set or ducks or anything. That's great. It's great for Instagram. People will see it. Oh, I love this. Oh, I've been sitting on that bench before. Just all kind of stuff. It engages people. Any type of under construction pics. You have a home that's about to go on the market that's under construction. You can take some pictures there. How do you post a photo? Very simple. If anybody needs help with this, Ivan and Josh will run around.
That's right. We'll run around, and two, so it's not too distracting, we'll stick around afterwards. So take
Right.
questions, and we'll just run around.
Right.
And get some hands-on.
Uploading a photo, it's very simple. And again, this information is on your website, kwwoodlands.com/training 2018. It's as simple as taking a picture. You can choose to either take a new picture or you can upload one from your library. To take a new photo, you tap photo and then tap this is actually just a white dot. It's just a white dot. So you can tap the white dot or you can tap to reverse the camera just like a regular iPhone camera. And you can adjust the flash as well. After that, you click that and hit upload or take the photo. You can add different effects and filters. They have some really cool filters to make just a boring picture look really cool. So definitely look into that. You can also post your location. And you can also, it used to be a 15-second video. I think now it's more. It's bigger. A minute. So a minute. You can do a minute video now. You can't upload videos from your desktop computer. It's just, I say you can't. You can. It's just difficult. It's very difficult. So, Twitter. To answer this lady's question about Twitter, Twitter is a very simple program. All you do is you can share links. It's characters. You share 180 characters. So whatever you want to put in that, you can utilize it. I was wondering, why would a real estate agent use Twitter? Okay, so I started doing some research and I found on the National Association of Realtors website, this is what they have to say about it. Use Twitter. It's a great, easy way to communicate with your clients. And the fact that you can port that over to your Facebook page, double value, you're reaching all of your audience with just one small tweet. It's great for URLs, just all kind of different things. Use Twitter to talk about your local real estate market, other information that's useful to your intended audience. Don't use it to promote yourself or your real estate services. Only do that sparingly. You don't want to do any type of hard sell. Really doesn't work good on any type of social media. Hey, I'm Stormy and I'm the best realtor in town, and all that stuff. That's it's a gimmick now. That's a gimmick advertising now. Now you want to create trust. You want people to look at you for the resources that you can provide. Anyway, that's from the National Association of Realtors website. It has a lot of great stuff on social media marketing for real estate investors. Check into that. How to tweet, or let's say what will we tweet? Again, same things pertain to this as did Facebook. Buying tips, selling tips, local lifestyle articles or events. You guys have the Cynthia Woods, the pavilion. There's concerts here every week. And a lot of these concerts, some of the artists are getting behind certain local events and local charities and stuff like that. Look at those things. Contact them and say, hey, look, we want to help with this. I know you're coming to town. There's all kind of different opportunities, especially in the Woodlands with the society that you guys have up here. It's amazing.
Recent sales, jobs, articles, tutorials, same thing applies. Anything that you can fit in 180, yes sir, 180 characters.
Going on that, like what you were just saying about, like promoting yourself,
Mhm.
On posts. So in your suggestion, is it okay to put, like, say if you're going to a closing, and you're like, hey, just close this house, wonderful family, had a great time, call me if I can help anybody.
Absolutely, but that's a soft sell. It's not really a hard sell. A hard sell is just, hey, you come over here and just it's constantly hitting them with. Does anybody remember Cal Worthington? Okay, that's a hard sell. I mean, every time you turned on your TV, he was there. Mattress Mac, maybe. He's kind of the same thing. I don't think that stuff works great on social media. That's a fact, Jack, the mattress guy down south. I mean, all that stuff. Surely, if you can do something like that and maintain a campaign like that, great. But if you only put 1 or 2 videos like that, I think people are going to think you're crazy.
Well, lots of realtor in general, like you want to create trust, right?
Yeah.
And that's the thing, relationships with your clients.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they would try to do it on their own. So by having all this content, you're just creating trust. And like
Right.
Josh, you're going to say about
Yeah,
Facebook.
Facebook just changed a lot of it.
Right.
Its rules and kind of the way your news feed is laid out and people would see you. And kind of the clickbait, sell yourself posting has they're putting it way down the list.
Mhm.
It's not that they're deleting it so people aren't going to see it. So Facebook is kind of doing what Instagram
Right.
has done and what Twitter has done and making it interaction based. And so like if you're seeing, one of your clients and you're interacting with them and you build, it's kind of like an online trust that Facebook is just watching interactions. If you're liking posts and you're commenting, the more that you're doing that, the higher your post will be seen in the rest of your followers. So it's like, it's making it more difficult, but it's making us create more interaction, more relationship. So
Because
Right.
that was the original plan.
that was the plan the whole time.
Google too, just so we can't just treat this. It is a social network. It is about getting exposure. What we can't do is just throw money at things and boost posts on Facebook and throw money at even Google ads. We're learning with Google ads.
Right.
Yeah, Google ads is the amount of dollars. The more dollars you throw, then the quicker you're going to show up on search engines. However, your posts and your pages actually have to also be Google
Right.
compliant. Otherwise, you go way down the list no matter how many dollars you're throwing.
Right.
So Facebook's similar. You want to boost posts, that's great. But if you don't have a nice array of comments, likes, and shares, if you're not active in that way on their social network, they're going to kick you way down the list. Way down.
Very,
Touched on that, because I've been reading about that.
Yes, ma'am.
Obviously, they're talking a lot about the interactivity of your posts, like you
Mhm.
said, comments. Obviously, people might, you've got a listing of a house, and they're gonna go, okay, I like the house, but still not really any interactions. A like is something. How do you what is some advice on getting that interaction where maybe you're getting several people making a comment about something? Because we don't typically see a lot of commenting going on our business page.
That's true.
Right.
I know that's got to change, otherwise we're gonna get dropped out of news feeds people altogether. Doesn't
Right.
matter how many people we've got following us, they're not gonna see anything.
right.
So how do we, there was a few things you've had, like, asking a question seems like a good way to
Right.
maybe get
Right.
a comment, but
Div-
what
What
advice
do you
do
like
have
better?
on
You give them
the-
2 options. And then they're going to start saying, oh, I like this better than this. Or how
Yeah.
would you rank your holidays? What are the best
Right.
holidays? Here's 1, 2, 3, 4.
And it's in diversifying your content. That's it. Not just home listings all the time, but home listings, and then a question or a quiz or hey, what do y'all think about this? Just all kinds of different. It's all creative, small creative ideas that are going to help
Kinda like
people
different
engage.
buckets,
Yes.
Just trying to choose from different buckets each.
And
Yes.
give comments, give likes, give shares, give. And that way you create a network where people are wanting to give back.
Right,
So
right.
then that's the social tie-in.
And it's all about getting back to pertinent information. Google is now grading your information on how pertinent it is to your cause. So how pertinent and how professional your material is how you're being graded.
Right, which is kind of a bit of a,
Right.
it is a bit tough, like, the more serious you are, the less comments you get on it,
Yeah,
but yet,
that's true.
Right,
what's
but
about.
exactly.
Well, that's why Google likes blogs, though, because it
Right.
does establish people as the go-to resource, right?
Right.
As long as they're well-written and they're pertinent to. But amazing, you'd be surprised how wide of a net you can spread, right?
Right.
And still be pertinent.
So on a personal page, like I maybe see something I've seen on somebody else's page, right, and then I share it, but in my sharing, I put my commentary, right? I put my
Exactly.
2 cents worth.
Exactly.
And then that's typically what then gets the comments, is the fact that I've commented on the
Right.
post. So
It's-
is that sort of a good,
Yes, ma'am, and it's your goal to bridge the gap. If you find a national article on real estate rates, you want to make it pertinent to your local base. How does that apply to us? You're going to bridge that gap, and any type of commenting or an addition to the post. For instance, if you were to share a blog post, just a straight up KW blog post to your personal website, you take the URL and you put it there. You can even embed it in there to where it's there. You can add on to that and say, hey, in addition to this, I blah, 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 blah. And at the end, all you do is you cite the article. The original article was taken from kwwoodlands.com/ whatever the article is, and there's the link to it. That's all you have to do to cite the article, and you can use all that information as your own. And here's the difference. Now you've created people going from Facebook to your website, to the KW website, to wherever KW has a link on that blog to the Woodlands online or something. That's what we're creating, is this traffic. That's what Google looks for. That's what Facebook is looking for too. Facebook has seen Google say, okay, they've changed. I think in our last meeting we had talked about the fact that Google had changed their search engine results pages, the way they're laid out, and they've kind of changed their algorithm to where more pertinent information is going to show up at the top. Facebook is following suit and are doing the exact same thing. So to answer your question, diversifying content as well as using engaging content like Ivan's saying.
Here's one that was a big hit lately. So I'm not kidding, all right? A fried chicken recipe, right? Shared a fried chicken recipe, and actually it was a blog about fried chicken, right, with a recipe. And then shared that on Facebook with a, hey, what do you guys think about this? Do you like that recipe? What do you think? And so what do people start doing, right?
Oh, yeah.